Hello and welcome back to Quick Looks with the Casual Hour. I am Bobby and joining me today is Chase. And Chase, I have something to show you that might be a little spooky for you. I'm going to show you Inscryption. Now there is a safety net here for you. It might be spooky and creepy, but it's a roguelike deck builder. And
okay.
This comes from those cool dudes over at, well, it's published from those dudes over at Devolver. But before I tell you more about the game and bring you on this journey with me, everybody should like and subscribe to our channel. We do fun things like these quick looks. We bring over all of our streams that we do from Twitch as video on demand. And we just have fun here at the Casual Hour. So like, subscribe, sound off below, and follow along on this journey with us. So Chase, Inscryption was available as one of those demos that came out for the next festival. And this game actually comes out on October 19th. 2021. It's made by Daniel Mullins Games, which I'm not too familiar with, but it is being put out by Devolver. It's currently on PC. At the time of recording this, which we're recording this early October, it's you can pre-purchase it for 10% off at $17.99. Otherwise, it'll set you back $19.99 when it finally launches on the 19th.
All right.
So you find it's a little bit like Super Hot, and you can tell by the interface here that it's going to be on an old computer. So you find a floppy disk and you go into it and you start it up. I'm going to do a new run, which I thought I could. I guess we can. Let me see if I can erase it really quick, because I tested this out. You know what? We'll just reset save data. There we go. Really reset it. All of it. Reset. There we go.
That's fun. I like that.
And we'll kick this thing on and show you all a little bit. It's got a very, very brief intro.
Time to figure out what's on this thing.
And this is where that sloppy disk. Oh my god.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm a sloppy disk. So you put this thing in, it starts the game up. I think that's really cool. And then we will do a new game, or continue the new game. Pull up the seating. So the whole thing is that you're facing off against somebody that, like, could be, it's a spirit, could be a demon, could be a devil. It's a little unsettling, but it's very...
Yeah, a little bit.
I think the music is so fucking cool, and the atmosphere that they're building in this is really good. So it's got kind of a PS1 era look to it. Perhaps you've forgotten how the game is played, which I think is cool. Allow me to remind you. So you're playing on an 8-card grid, and what you've got in your hand, you got a draw pile, discard pile, and it's dealing with animals. When we look at our hand here, and they're going to go over this, but I'll just try and break it down a little bit. You're going to see an attack ability in the bottom left corner, and then the health over in the right.
Okay.
So I'm going to play this squirrel, and now it says to play the stoat. So we can come back down, look at our cards, find the one that we want.
What is a stoat? Is that like a...
It's like a ferret, like a weasel
kind of thing?
type
Sure.
thing.
Okay.
So the stoats cost 1 blood, so we have to make a sacrifice. So that's what this up here is, and this is dark.
Okay.
This is dark.
It's a stoat eat squirrel world out there.
It is a stoat eat squirrel world out there. So we're gonna kill the squirrel, so we can now play the stoat wherever we want to, and you can highlight and do that. I'm just gonna go back in this corner. So we've got that down. Now wolves require 2, which I mean I just can't. I can't do anything about it.
Right.
We're going to go back down and ring the bell.
Your stoat stands unopposed.
Yes. The number on the bottom is attack power 1, as I was mentioning. So it just attacks. And as you do so, we dealt 1 damage and it added 1 to the scale. If you win, if I tip his side all the way down. Like that.
Okay.
Now it's his turn. So he puts in the way of a coyote. My coyote did 2 damage to your stoat. We are down to 1. That means your stoat's health is less than 2. If a creature's health reaches 0, it dies, which that makes sense. It's our turn again. So now we have an option. We can draw from your deck, or I can get a squirrel. All right, squirrels are always going to be something we can sacrifice. I run the risk if I don't, of getting like another wolf, which we just can't play. So
Right.
Looking at my hand again, I need something twice here.
Squirrel probably makes sense, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to grab the squirrel card. We're going to go back up here.
Because your stoat's almost dead anyway, so you might as well.
Correct. You're picking up on what's going on here. Now, I have unlimited plays. Like, I can play as much as I want to as long as I got stuff on the board. So I'm going to grab this wolf, and I'm going to kill the stoat. The stoat actually said something there. That was a little strange.
Wow, yeah, he was not happy about being sacrificed.
No, but...
Who would, really?
Yeah. Now, our wolf should do fine here. This has got 1 health. We've got 3. I think that we're good to ring the bell and move on. And we killed him. Because you are learning, I will pass. Again, the choice of a random card or a squirrel. I don't want to kill a wolf. Let's go.
Yeah, I think your random's fine, yeah.
Ooh, a river snapper.
Oh, my. Okay.
But I still can't play this, so...
Right.
We'll pass, but we dealt damage. And we did some weights there, which is great. He's going to pass again. Now this time...
Well, then he's just throwing the game.
Yeah. We don't have anything besides a squirrel. So just for the sake of showing off the mechanics here, I want to put this wolf out there. Or I'm sorry, this river snapper. It doesn't do as much, but again, it can turtle.
Right, but it's super tanky. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll grab our turtle, we'll kill our wolf and our squirrel, and we'll place that down and pass over to him. Adds the weight, and we won the match. It won't be all so easy.
If you've got these 4 lanes, for lack of a better term, and if you put things, if he puts something in a different lane from your creature, are they both attacking unopposed? Are they attacking the scale at that point? Okay, so you have to put stuff in front of their creature. Okay, that's helpful.
Yes, 100%.
Like I'm comparing some stuff to like Magic the Gathering, because the attack and health are a lot like that, or maybe like a Hearthstone.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not that. It has some features like that, but it looks like it's doing kind of a different thing. That's cool.
Yeah. So this is the board, essentially, of you were lost deep in the forest. There's our piece. A single path revealed itself. You'll come across...
Oh, so that's kind of like a Slay the Spire kind of thing?
Bingo. Absolutely the same.
Okay.
So there's 2 denizens of the forest who approach you tentatively. We can get the Caustic Adder. Damage from this is a poison bite is always lethal. So that does have, and you'll see this down here, we have now a buff on the card, or we have a cat. Cat's interesting. So sacrificing the poor beast does not kill again.
Because it's got 9 lives, sure.
Yeah, so it's dark, right? I like this card quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and take the cat. And you can see a little bit more inscription of what's going on with it between the 2. But we're going to take the cat card. So that's in our deck.
Okay.
Another creature has joined our caravan, and we'll continue forward. You'll come across these rucksacks here. You found a scroll in a bottle. Always nice to have. And then...
What?
So those are cards, essentially. So those are gonna... This is something that like we can refill. You're gonna allow to have little trinkets on the board with you. So if we get into a shit situation, I can bust open that bottle and take that scroll card out and have a sacrifice on a play without having to draw again.
So those consumable, or you just don't have them in your deck until you break it open? Like, do those get to stay in your deck once you've broken them open, or is it just a one-time squirrel?
It's a one-time squirrel, which is the name of my ska band from the 90s.
Nice.
So, also, you get another useful implement. They allow you to tip the scales with it, so we can pull our own teeth out and use that as weight.
What? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's something that we can do. 3 is as much as you can carry in this game. So we've got 3, let's call them consumables. And now we're up against another round here. So how
many teeth do you have?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out here on this little playthrough. We were ambushed while crossing through some rough terrain. So these cards on the board. They have health. We can get rid of them to open up lanes, to your point. So currently, I'm a bit of a disadvantage here. I only have 2 attack lanes that are open. I only have 1.
Right, but he can't play on those, and he can't play on those stumps until they're gone, right? So
he only has 1.
Yeah.
So we deal out what we've got. Oh. Maybe we will help him. Play along for now. Okay. All right, Stowe. We'll do.
Excuse me?
Okay, we'll go with what you're saying.
This is interesting. Okay.
So
okay. Let me like backseat game here for like 2 seconds.
Please.
Could you play a squirrel on the right side and then sacrifice it with your cat? Or I guess you don't want to play it on your right side. You want to play you don't want to play your squirrel somewhere else. You'd want to play your cat to sacrifice your squirrel, and then you want to play your stoat and quote-unquote sacrifice your cat, and your cat still stays. Correct? Can you do all that in one turn?
I think we can do all that in one turn. You've played a video game before.
I've played a video game. I've played a card game before.
So this says we now may see the moves ahead of time. So if I come back up here to the board, I know he's going to be putting this wolf cub out here.
Okay. What's that power? Can you see what that power is?
Yep. So it's a fledgling. A card bearing this will grow into a more powerful form after 1 turn. So the cub becomes a wolf.
Ooh.
Which is really cool. So we've got let's run through what you said, okay? So walk me through this one more time. How do you want to play this?
So I would put the squirrel left of your boulder.
Okay. Left of boulder.
And then I would play the cat and sacrifice the squirrel and put the cat where the squirrel is.
Okay. So you say kill the squirrel, right?
And put the cat to the left of the boulder. Yep.
Got a cat. And then...
And now I'd put your stoat on the right side of the board and sacrifice your cat, but it doesn't actually sacrifice.
Correct. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so we can't do anything else. We don't need to bust open another squirrel.
You and the stoat are pretty tight.
The stoat's... I just want to say I like that it's now alive and blinking on the card. I think that's really fucking cool. Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's not called stoat anymore. It just says, here we go.
Yeah. All right, so the wolf cub it ages swiftly. Now, we've got an immediate need or immediate sacrifice on the board. We could get a squirrel, and we got our river snapper, that we could put out here as well. What would you like to do?
I think you're fine without the squirrel at the moment. I think you can take another card.
Good call. So we now have a wolf, which is great. I could clear that lane out pretty quickly, but I have to sacrifice 2 things for this to work. So I don't want to get rid of our stoat because there's something going on here.
Yeah, and like that bat's gonna come out and it's not gonna do enough damage to you. So I think what you might do.
What's that?
I don't think you need to burn anything at the moment. I think what you can do is leave stuff as it is. Your stoat will get another attack in. He'll bring in the bat. He'll hurt your stoat. You will retaliate. Well, actually, probably at that point, you can use your wolf once your stoat's injured.
Yeah.
And sacrifice that.
Okay.
And then be okay. I think you're fine to just take an attack. Yeah.
There we go. All right. So we got some teeth there. The wolf is now up, working on the boulder, and the airborne bat flies over creatures to attack directly. So something.
Oh, he's not going to hurt the stoat. Okay, that's correct. I see.
So we took some damage there. The bat flew right over your stoat. Let's grab a squirrel so we can play some stuff here. Now I want to get this filled up here. So what I can do is I'm going to play this wolf. We're going to get rid of our cat.
Well, shouldn't you play your squirrel first?
Yep. Yeah, and then I will get rid of that and the cat and put our wolf here. And now we're protected. It can fly over this, so the bat can still get to us, but the stoat will take him out right now.
Right.
So the bat's gone, and now we've opened up that lane, and they've opened up the lane for us. But
it's basically too late for that wolf though, because you've got too much more damage. You've got too much damage coming in.
Well, Yeah, let's see what we can do here, though. So if I want to play this river snapper, or actually, I want to play the squirrel.
Yeah, play squirrel first, yeah.
Sacrifice those, and then I'm going to put that snapper there. And it can turtle.
So you'll block the damage anyway, yeah.
Yeah. We just did quite a bit of damage to him. I will just grab this, because I don't really need anything else. It's another wolf. We'll go through this, and that should be it for him. There we go. And trek onwards past the bloody terrain.
So the only thing you get are creature cards, right? You don't get any, like, spell things or enchantments or equipment?
At this time, no. But we do have some abilities now here. So we got Fledgling, which we've seen before, and it had Sparrow, which would let us fly over. I have a few wolves, so I wanted to get that Sparrow so we could go and directly attack him.
Do you need a wolf card to turn your wolf cub into?
No.
Or can the wolf cub just turn into a wolf anyway?
It'll do it anyway. So
okay.
This is
but you don't have any cards that say, hey, all your wolves get +2 attack or anything like that. It's just you kind of have a theme going with your wolves, so you want to kind of keep it going.
Well, maybe. So now we get this thing. We were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that will be lost forever. So we have to choose what we'd want to sacrifice here. Again, airborne, a card bearing the sigil strike an opponent directly, even if it's got a creature opposing it, or we can come over here to this one, which is when a card bearing the sigil is sacrificed, does not perish, as we know. So I think that this one though, like let's take this Sparrow, which doesn't do strong attack. I'm gonna put that down, and now we're gonna grab our Stoic, and I'm gonna sacrifice our Sparrow, and now our Stoic can fly.
Okay, sure.
So you do have those options that you'll be able to start to infuse cards. And
and that's how that works. It only infuses the power.
Correct.
Okay, so you couldn't you couldn't sacrifice your wolf and then give somebody like +3 attack because the wolf had 3 attack. At
this time, no.
Okay.
But I mean that could change. Okay. My totem.
Excuse me?
It inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. So like.
I see.
So he's added that into it. He's completely insane. You see that, right? No care for the rules. Pathetic, really. Only keeps me around to watch me suffer. Okay, that Stoic is just pissed. So we've got a coyote that can fly, Chase. And let's start laying some things out here. So we know we need to put our squirrel down, and I want to get the Stoic on the board because I can go past those things. So let's do that. Kill you and place you there. Back on the board, flying. And that'll be it for this round.
Okay.
So we've got 2 things that can fly. My totem has granted my coyote the power of flight. Yes, I see that. That hurt. Big time. We need a squirrel and sacrifice it.
You can sacrifice both though. You want to sacrifice your... Oh, okay, there you go.
Just grab that squirrel to put it out here. So now we'll put our wolf down to take that one out. And we'll place it. And kill that coyote. Balance it a little bit. We still got the bat. Don't have a lot of options there, so what I'm going to do is just grab a squirrel to hang on to and continue to attack and try and balance this out. And I will grab another squirrel.
Now, why didn't that wolf cub do damage to your Stoat?
Because it could go over me. It's always going to attack over.
You also have flying. So what's the?
Because when you have flying, you only attack the caster, not the spell. If that makes sense. So like,
I guess okay. I'm still thinking of like a Magic the Gathering thing, because in that, like, flying creatures can go over non-flying creatures, but other flying creatures can block those creatures. So that's weird to me.
I don't know if that mechanic exists in this game.
Yeah, apparently it doesn't. That's very odd, but okay.
So we cleared that out. You're 4 damage away from winning. That wolf just grew up. We need to grab one of these. It's another wolf. I think we're 4 damage away from winning. I could do this.
Yeah. Well, but those are consumable, so you never get those back, right? Or are those? Do you get those? No, you get those at each.
Right.
Okay.
So you can refill.
Yeah. Then you win.
Yep, and that should take care of that. Boom. And that's how you beat that. So, I can keep going, Chase, if you'd like, or do you feel like you've got a pretty good understanding of what's going on here?
Let's do one more thing. I kind of want to see what some of these. You're about to branch a path, and I kind of want to see what that's about.
Okay, so we've got some options here. An elk, it moves after attacking.
Okay.
And then we've got the adder with poison, and then we have another wolf, the proud wolf, vicious contender. So at the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing this sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. So this means I can move over to the right after attacking. So
if you're all the way on the right, does it move all the way to the left, or does it just stay there?
I think so. I'm going to grab the elk.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can show that off here. So now we have a choice. I don't know what the campfire is. I think we've had one of those before. Which, left or right?
Let's try the campfire. Let's see what that's about.
Okay. Came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation. They huddled around a campfire. They looked up upon the group of creatures and beckoned. Come warm one of your creatures by the fire. Warm it by the fire. That will enhance its power.
Sweet.
You notice one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. Okay, so... The Stoic seems cautious, but should we make it more powerful since we've already done this with it? Or should we do it with the wolf?
If it were me, I'd probably put your cat in there, knowing that your cat is going to continue to be able to be sacrificed and also could then continue doing damage.
Okay. So now our cat does 1. And one of the survivors reached toward it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the cat away from the fire and left. Alright, so you can increase power, as we just did. And it looks like there is a fight to be had. We got some new stuff here. There's a way out for both of us. It's somewhere in this foul cabin. Huh. Let's see. Grand fur. Okay, these are just...
Oh, hey, what's that mean?
Will block an opposing creature bearing the airborne. Okay, so there is something.
Yeah, it's like a separate step, but yeah, that's there. Okay, so that's something. Are you able to sacrifice those trees, or do you have to sacrifice animals to be able to play your...
Let's find out. So if I wanted to do this, you're lacking sacrifices for the stove. Okay. So we've got the squirrel. And then I will put the stoat out.
So you don't have your squirrels in bottles anymore?
No, you can refill. Like, you'll find other bags on the board, and you can refill them that way. So it's more like per run.
Got it. Okay.
Alright, so we've got this block. Oh shit, a grizzly. That thing is doing some damage.
Yeah. Seems bad.
Okay. Let's see. Might as well grab a squirrel.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with that?
Not a whole lot. Just take the L here.
I think you lose.
I think we lose as well. Yeah. Which is good, because...
Was that might have been the point, though? Yeah.
Yeah. This is a learning opportunity. Maybe the only way to mitigate my disappointment. Get up. So, now... It says to fetch the candlestick, okay? So I'm now...
Like this. Whoa, what?
Yeah, I'm now able to move around this cabin.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Can you leave? Can you get the fuck out of there? I know if there's a lock on that door, isn't there?
Door's locked.
Oh no.
All right, I'm gonna grab this candlestick. And he wants it right there. Okay.
Right where? Right where he's tapping with his little finger there?
His finger's kind of big.
That's ominous.
Now sit back down. Okay. Let me explain something to you.
Oh no! Oh no!
That was one of the 2 mistakes you can make here. If you make another, I must sacrifice you. Now, where were we? So it puts you back here. I knew that was going to be the point, because you're going to get the candle.
Sure.
For the sake of time, let me spoil the pot a little bit. When the other candle gets blown out, you get inscribed into a card that gets put in your deck. And there's some abilities that you basically carry over from 2 cards into a card for you. So you add a card into your deck for the next time you do the run, which is really cool. And you get to name the card. So is that every time you go through a run? Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
So it's kind of a way to do like a roguelike with a little bit of permanence in there. Like you can carry over some stuff.
100%. So I think that this is a really good spot to show or stop at least.
Sure. Bobby, this is a demo, right?
This is a demo, yeah.
It seems pretty fully formed.
Yeah, so we were only...
Well, it is. You did say it's coming out October 19th, so it is very close to releasing. I imagine it is pretty much done.
Yeah, this is coming out October 19th, and where we're at on this, like, we could go and we'll get a new card, and then we could either go to the campfire and empower that card, or we could get our consumables refilled before the big boss battle there. That's where we were at with this.
Let's just take a look at some other cards and then call it there. Like, we don't need to get in a fight, but I kind of want to just see more cards and more stuff.
Sure. So again, 3 choices: another elk, another river snapper, and then another cat.
Okay.
I would grab the cat, and then we go to the fire, and then I would power up the stoic. This is going to be +2 health, so maybe I wouldn't do that. It'll tell you what it is down here in the flame.
Yeah.
But give it to him.
This is cool. I'm digging.
Yeah,
I think you have to hit the plus on it, don't you?
Well, he's saying pick something else, so I was just...
Oh, yeah.
Grab a wolf. There we go. So the wolf will get stronger. Yeah, that's really cool.
Very cool.
I like the style a whole lot. I think it's just spooky and fucked up enough to keep me comfortable. I like the concept a whole lot of this back and forth you have with the other player. I think the price is right. I think that this might be a perfect game for us to run through on a casual Monday some night.
Sure.
And check out maybe like a little spooky end of October run that we could do with this game.
But so far only announced for Steam, right? Only announced for PC.
Yeah, only seeing this on PC right now.
Yeah.
Only on Steam.
It does say Windows, Linux, and Mac, so that is something if that helps you. But Bobby, I hate to be a broken record, but I would play this on the Switch if it were there.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was where we were going to end up. And I don't blame you, because I think this game is really neat. And I've played with you quite a few deck builders this past year, and this one seems to do some neat things.
Yeah, it seems simple in its in the way you play it, but I think there's still some strategy that's really cool. And then also just this atmosphere is very good. It reminds me a lot of a game called Hand of Fate. That came out a while ago, and then it got a sequel as well. That one's a little different in that you kind of find cards, and then you play an action game. Like, your cards come to life, and you play an action game with them. But this idea of it's a card game that you are doing a kind of Slay the Spire, going through a thing and finding new cards. That's and also, like, you are playing against... Like, there's a guy on the other side of the table in this that is kind of like a mystic who's messing around with you every once in a while, and that's this ominous thing that you're playing against has a definite feel like that. This is cool. I like this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a deck building roguelike set in an escape room. It's probably the best way to break it down. So it comes out October 19th. If you like what we're doing here, there's a lot of other ways you can follow along. I mentioned Monday nights. That's our Casual Monday stream where Chase and I play games like this one that we're seeing here with Inscryption. But we stream 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10:30 p.m. Central. Wednesday night, we record a live podcast that you can listen to Fridays at 9 a.m. wherever you listen to podcasts. Chase, I've really appreciated you hanging out with me. Let me show this one to you. This is a cool game. There's a demo out. If you're watching this, you can play this demo yourself right now, download it from Steam, or just pre-order the game and play it on the 19th in its entirety. That's going to be it for this quick look here at the Casual Hour, and we will be back with more goodness later on. Thanks, Chase.